be here. Okay, so it's absolutely brilliant. So we're moving into now the World Wool Handling Final. Okay, so I'll hand you over to Rowena because this is a really, really big time for these four competitors. And Rowena will explain that to you.
This is a very special event, ladies and gentlemen, the Trust House Limited World Wool Handling Qualifying. So what that means is we are going to see our four competitors process 7 long wool fleeces tonight, and the top 2 competitors will gain selection to represent New Zealand at the World Champs. These are being held in Scotland at the Royal Highland Show in June of this year. So the people who finish first and second tonight will be representing New Zealand, getting to put on that black blazer in Scotland in June. So a lot on the line tonight. All right, let's meet our competitors on table number 4. Give it up for Jasmine Tipoki from Martinborough. On table number 3 tonight, we have Candy Hiddy from Matoda.
From Alexandra, Fernie Waihappy's here, ladies and gentlemen. Fernie said, get out of the way, Gerald, I'm coming through. From Ekatahuna, Nio Hansen is here as well, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Nio! Good luck, girls. We know there's a lot at stake.
Can we have our shearers to the board? Shearers to the board, please, guys.
Well, Toma, 2 of these wool handlers up here are going to be representing New Zealand at the World Champs. Want you guys out there to make some noise for these wool handlers because there's a lot at stake. One of these wool handlers could be crowned the World Champion Wool Handler for 2023.
Hey, Lance, our end counter's not zeroed, buddy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got a favourite wool handler, make sure you make some noise because I can tell you now these wool handlers are nervous. They've been training over the last 8 months for this event right here. And here we go, the World Qualifying Final, Toma.
Timekeepers ready. Competitors, get set, go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 7 sheep between now and who is going to represent New Zealand. Have the silver fern on your chest with the blazer and heading off on the big rererangi over to Scotland, to Edinburgh to compete in the World Championships. So what happens here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not quite sure, we have 10 baskets around these wool handlers, and every single one of those baskets should be a certain line of wool. We call them oddments. So just on the belly alone, you have 2 lines of wool. You have the frib wool, and then you have the main belly wool. And then as the shearer shears between the legs and goes into the undermine, you can have another 3 lines there. You've got the sock wool, you've got short wool, you could have some dags, maybe a bit of stain. So all those little things need to go in their individual baskets. And what this does is it adds value to the farmer's main fleece. So that's the main idea of it all, is to add value for the farmer so that he gets the maximum return for his wool. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first step is to throw the fleece on the table. With it being 12-month wool, the processing of it all gets done on the table. So the wool handlers will throw the fleece, the flatter the better. Let's see how these wool handlers go, ladies and gentlemen. Turn around and they throw. Oh, smokes. Well, it's a very close one there, Jimmy. I wouldn't have a clue who's got that one.
Well, I reckon it's Candy Hiddy from Matoda. She had the better throw that round. But remember, it's all down to quality out the back. The throw is for show, but out the back is for the dough. These wool handlers are flying now, they're into the skirting. Remember, they have to remove the hard yellow. Back to the shearers now. Belly time for them. Into the undermine fire, the shearers and the wool handlers are right there. They've got to make sure all the wool comes out. Funi Waihape and Candy Hiri there, they're right there with their shearer. Down the back there, Jasmine Tipuke, she was the top qualifier into this event, but this is the final. She's under the bright lights, performing for you out there, ladies and gentlemen. Out comes the yellow for Jasmine Tipuke, and Funi Waihape now looking very, very concentrated. She's got the yellow wool out. Niall Hansen's right into it. She's the first one. No, I am wrong. It's Jasmine Tipuke. She's got the roll up. The fleece has been done, and into the wool pack she goes. Funi Waihape, nice tidy roll for her. Into the wool pack for that one. Niall's into the wool pack, and so is Candy. So they're back to the shearers for their second fleece, Toma.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, these wool handlers, when they throw a fleece correctly, all the oddmans end up on the outside of the wool table and they just walk around the sides and pull it off. When they get bunching or overhanging, then they need to go and find those oddmans, so it can be very, very tricky. So here we go. We got Jasmine Tipuke here working away furiously. Look at this young lady. 2 years she's been in the open class, ladies and gentlemen, and here she is going to try and represent our country over in Scotland. We've got Candy Hiri on table number 3, working her way back to the shearer. So it's all about the quality, ladies and gentlemen. Quality will bring you home every time. So these wool handlers, it's about keeping the quality right. So the shearer's up there, all he's doing is making a mess. It's actually the wool handlers that add value to the farmer's product and what the farmer gets paid for. So these wool handlers, very, very important people in the wool shed. If we didn't have to have shearers and just wool handlers, it may be a better place. But here we go. Young Jasmine down here on table number 4, working away. Big concentration on Candy Hiri's face. Funi Waihape. Funi won the pre-shears competition on Wednesday, so she's coming to this feeling pretty pumped about things. Ngaio Hansen from just down the road. Ngaio Hansen handles wool like this all main shear, so she may be a little bit acclimatized to this sort of wool. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the wool shearers are coming down the last side. Jimmy, I think I like the looks of this fleece on table number 3 coming off.
Oh yeah, it comes down to the wool handler. You can have the best fleece, but it's all down to your technique. Oh, we've got an outstanding throw up here on table number 1. Funi's one broke up a little bit, and as always, Candy Hiri lays that fleece out. So these wool handlers are down into the skirt. They've got a lot of yellow wool to remove. So there's a bit of mahi in these fleeces. But up here on table number 1, Niall Hansen, she's cruising around it. I reckon these shearers need to pick it up just a little, because these wool handlers are actually having fun up there. We want them to struggle. We want them to have a hard time, because we want the best to go over to Scotland and represent New Zealand, Toma.
Oh, you should, you're right, Jimmy. We don't want these wool handlers having fun. We don't want them having fun at all. We want them to work. We want them to sweat, don't we, Rowena? We want to see sweat rolling down their faces as they are doing this job.
Yeah, it's a tough job, but they are well prepared for this. Of course, they do this in, day out, all in all the wool sheds right around New Zealand. And one thing you're so fond of saying, Toma, is that it's the shearers who just stand there and wave their arms around. It is the wool handlers who make the money for the farmer, and they're certainly making the money right now. We see roll-up time there on table number 1 for Ngaio Hansen. Her fleece is in the bag, as now as Jasmine Tipuke's. They now turn their table to that 4th fleece up there on the board, Tuma.
Yes, and another fleece coming off. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it is in the wool shed. If you can't be bothered doing the fleece, holy moly, you're not going to last very long. This is people, these women get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go to work, come home, cook dinner, feed the kids, run the dog, go for a swim, and they still can do stuff like this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these throws, holy smokes. We've got Jasmine Tipuke, round the side she works. Oh, who's right there with her? Candies are there, Foonies are there. How's Nairo going, Jimmy?
Oh, Niall's got a nice fleece up here. She's just ripping out a bit of cotty yellow wool, but she's on down one side. She's got one side done. But who's going to be the first one to the roll up into the bin with the yellow wool? Funi Waihape is the first one to the roll up. No, it's Jasmine Tipuke. Into the fleece as they go. broom in hand for the first one with broom in hand is Funi Wahape. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, one of these could be your world champion. Funi Wahape now, quick clean up. It's going to be a hard one to call. They all got broom in hand. Brooms are flying, tables are flying. Now they've got to get all the second pieces out of the locks. Candy Hitty now looks a little bit confused, but it's Funi Wahape. She's already down on hands and knees. Is it going to be Funi or Jazz? Funi, Jazz, Candy. It's Jazz and Funi. Candy Hitty in third. And up here on table one, few more finishing touches. Niall Hansen of Ikitahuna. Ladies and gentlemen, massive round of applause for those finalists.
Okay, Jasmine, can I have a quick word with you, Jasmine? I'll have a quick word with you. You haven't been in the open class long. You really made an impact. How are you feeling right now, apart from tired?
Oh, great. I feel mean. Ready to party.
Ready to what?
Party.
Oh, no, party. We don't party. How did your strategy go up there? You know, you went up there with a plan. How did that pay off?
I just kept the same plan I've been doing all day, pretty much, for the full wall setup. Thought we were doing 7 though. Put me off, but never mind. Yeah, into it.
Okay, well, all the best for later on, and hopefully you'll get to wear the silver fern on your chest and represent New Zealand over in Scotland. Well done to this young lady. Well done to all those competitors, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get a bit of music?
In Banbush Town, in the county town, one morning last July, down the Boring Green came the sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her 2 bare feet and the sheen of her nut brown hair. While coaxing out, I shook myself to see who was standing there. From Banshee Bay to Derry Quay, and then from Galway to Dublin town, none may have seen like the brown Colleen I met in the county town. Well, at the harvest fair, up a shoulder there, and I gazed at the feeling rare. I said I to the passerby, who's a maid with the nut brown hair. She smiled at me with pride, said she, gem of the violence crown. Young Rosie McCann from the banks of the Banshees, a star for the county down. From Banshee Bay to Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county town. She was gorgeous, yeah. At the harvest fair, up a shoulder there, and I gazed at the feeling rare. Then I said I to the passerby, who's a maid with a nut brown hair. No pipe or smoke, no horse or yoke, till the gem is a rust-coloured brown. Bobby old fireside is the star of the skies, is the star of the county down. From Banshee Bay to Derry Quay, and then from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county town. From Banshee Bay to Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like the brown Colleen. oh, that I met at the county down. Besito, una poca de gracia, una poca de gracia, benipatía, arriba y arriba, ay, arriba y arriba, potisere, potisere, potisere. You should have tasted my lasagna. Besito, una poca de gracia, una poca de gracia, benipatía, arriba y arriba. Ay, arriba, potisere, potisere, potisere. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-bum-ba. 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 La-la. Hey, hey. Ba-da-ba-la-la-ba-ba.
Well, that was a sizzling World Wool Handling qualifying final there, and I had Tia with me just a minute ago. She's sitting on the fence too. Seems to be comes with the territory.
Yeah, she must be learning off you, Mavis.
Don't know if that's a good thing. Good thing at all, Digger.
No, well, it's keeps it exciting, doesn't it? We don't know who wins until they read it out.
No, and that's how it should be too. But I thought it'd be good for us just to have a bit of a chat around this Lister Trans-Tasman test. And as you said, the girls kind of weren't quite able to pull it off last night. But we've got a bit of a mean team.
Yeah, I think we've got a good team here in New Zealand. We've got Nathan Stratford 15 times he's been in this Trans-Tasman team. You know, that's unbelievable. So he's obviously our number one.
Yeah.
We've got two newcomers, Leon Samuels and Stacey Tahuia, both from the South Island. Though Stacey's been in the North Island quite a bit. They did go to Australia in November, and Australia took out the first leg. But just looking at these boys, Leon, he's got a top tally of 685 lambs in 8 hours. He said that guys like Dion Morrell, Nathan Stratford and Darren Ford are guys that have given him a lot of help as he's come up through the Open.
Yeah,
and he wants to say a big hi to his wife, Noah. He's at home watching on the live stream. Nathan Stratford, I said 15 times. He said guys like Johnny Kirkpatrick, Brendan Podai, but anyone he's worked with, he's tried to pick their brain, and he said there's just too many people to thank that have helped him on his journey. Big hi to Lisa at home with the 2 kids, Seb and Lexi. They'll be watching and cheering for New Zealand. Go the Kiwis. And Stacey Tahuia, and I'm pretty sure Stacey's going to pull a big one out tonight for this. Just wants to say hi to Mum and Dad, Joe and Dean, up there on the shores of Lake Taupo. And Ateria, his partner, and the kids, all down in Alexandra. They'll be watching. He said they're all coming up next year, he reckons. So you better keep him on to that one. Stacey, he's still holds 2 world records. One is a 9-hour U record with did with Sam Welsh.
Oh, yes,
and he still holds the 9-hour Merino U record, so he can share the Merinos, this boy.
Yeah. Yep.
But what scares me a little bit, Mavis, is that this Australian team, we had 2 of them qualified last night into the top 30.
Yeah.
So these boys, we know the Australians can share Merinos, but hey, we had 2 of them in the top 30, so they can get around the crossbreds pretty well.
If that's not a shot above the bow, I don't know what is.
And Daniel McIntyre, he's been in the top 30. He didn't make it last night, but he has been in the top 30. And he's no mug. He's been in the Australian team 10 times. Daniel's from Glen Innes, northern New South Wales. Top tally of 321 ewes. His wife Jamie and kids Ryan and Jaden. He said Ryan's actually at a shearing school, so he doesn't know if he'll be able to watch it. They might stop the shearing school and watch the Trans-Tasman. He's been a 6-time National Australian champ, and he's also part of the Australian team off to the World Champs in Edinburgh.
Wow.
So he's on form.
Yeah,
And
it's a sharp team.
yeah. Okay, Sam Mackerel, 27, the baby of the team. Top 30 last night. He's from a place called Murchison in Northern Victoria. First time in the team, so hopefully that might even it out a bit. Top tally of 606 in Australia on crossbred lambs, but he's been over in New Zealand quite a bit, working over here, working for Cody Waihapi down in Gore and Chris McCarthy in Timaru.
Right.
So, he's been sneaking over here, getting some practice years ago, and, it's starting to pay off for him. And really neat story here, Nathan Mimi. I've got a shout out to his partner, Janice, and his 2 kids, Darcy's 2.5, and Taylor was 2 days old when he left Australia to come over here. How about that?
That's commitment.
Yeah, well, they got the timing right, so.
Actually, I was talking to Nathan, and he showed me the most gorgeous little photos. So, he's certainly really chuffed that he was able to be there, and now he's here, and look what's going on.
Yeah, and he's got a top tally of 518 on crossbred lambs in Australia.
Yeah.
And he just asked me to mention Daryl Andressi, Grubb Johnson, and a guy that we all know, Shannon Warnest. He said those guys have had quite a bit to do with his career. Just hope Shannon didn't show him too much.
Knowing Shannon, he would have showed him everything. So, what an awesome team. It feels like it's matching up relatively all right.
I think it's just going to come down to who shares best on the night. Because I think we've got the Merino team, we've got the guys in the New Zealand team who can share the Merinos to keep up with these guys. And then hopefully when we hit the crossbreds, we can, our guys can put the pressure on them and
hold them.
And try and, put them in their place.
Yeah. No, well, it's going to be quite an exciting test, as it was last night with the wool handling. The interesting thing is the winning team receives the Walker Keats Cup, which is a pretty special cup again. And when we talk about the mana of these trophies, Digger, there's a lot in that, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. It's it's similar to in the rugby. We play for the Meads and the Lahore Cups in the Heartland, and with the Walker and the Keats.
Yes.
Couple of famous names in the shearing industries, both in New Zealand and Australia, and real great to see their names on the cup.
Yeah, and of course I can't go past without mentioning my brother Joseph Paiwai, the memorial trophy that we sort of put into this for him. He was a great merino shearer, travelled and worked throughout New Zealand and in Aussie. He loved the merinos, which was really interesting because he was brought up on crossbreds.
Yeah, I can remember being in Australia when Joe was in the New Zealand team, and he can get around them, around those merinos, or he could get around those merinos really, really good. So, yeah, I think that goes to the highest quality, is it, Mavis?
That's right.
So, one of these six shearers is going to take home the top individual shearer in the test.
Yeah.
Man of the match, you could say.
Man of the match, I like that. MVP.
Yeah, you're onto it, Mavis.
Yeah. All right. So we've got that test, and you can see on the stage they're starting to actually get all the fadges ready for the multi-wools, because there are 6 merinos, 3 long wool crossbreds and then 3 second shear crossbreds. So again, you're going to have this multi-wool where gear is going to play a great big part in it again, Digger.
Yep. I think with the merinos, I think they get, because there's a limited number of the merinos, I think they all 6 shearers, they probably went out this morning or yesterday and they might have just practiced on 1 or 2 just to see what combs run on them. If the gear's running on the merinos, nothing worse than going up there trying to shear merinos and your combs aren't running.
Yeah.
So that's pretty important. Crossbreds, not quite so bad. You can sort of push it off a bit more even if your gear's not quite humming.
Great to get all this context, Digger. It's pretty important stuff. So, we're really looking forward to this. And then after that, I'll be welcoming Tia Potai back to introduce the open wool handling, the She Expertise wet or open wool handling finalists. And we'll be joined by a past champion, a past world champion, Cherie Alabaster. So, let's...
Oh, you've made my day, Mavis. I'm being excused, because I'm not in my comfort zone when we go wool handling, although it is good watching it up here. You get some brilliant shots and...
You know what, Digger, though, the thing is, you're able to ask the questions that we just... and I'm not going to say the dumb questions, because there's no such thing, but you're able to ask the questions that a lot of people are out there are probably saying, why do they do that, and who's that, and why? So... we certainly appreciate your comments, but I thought it'd be really good to have Cherie
I think to get the experts up here is good because, when I'm watching it, they all look like they're doing a fantastic job, but I'm sure the girls will be able to just pick the little faults up, the little fleece has just gone off the side of the table or they've just missed getting the crutch or something like that.
No, that's right. So I can see that they're still just really getting themselves organised. It's quite a logistical thing here when you've got so many different breeds. You can imagine they come in all together and then they've got to be drafted out the back.
I'll tell you what, Mavis, because we've had a break for a couple of years here at Golden Shears, we've had the odd hiccup over the last couple of days, but we're running pretty good today. But I'll tell you what, I think we should give a big shout out to Philip Morrison, and I hope you're watching, Philip. All the best to you and a quick recovery, and I know we're certainly missing you back here in Masterton.
Yeah, thanks for that, Digger. Actually, I was thinking to myself, if Philip's watching, he'd be going, oh my gosh, it should be this, it should be that. So I hope you're not stressing, Philip. It's all under control. We do miss you, but we've got it.
We've got it, Philip.
All right, let's flick back into the stadium and enjoy, people, enjoy.
Later, well, she covered me with roses. She blew my nose, then she blew my mind. It's a honky-tonk woman. Give me honky-tonk blues. Here we go. It's a honky-tonk woman. Give me the honky-tonk blues.
Awesome music, awesome music. We'll be hearing a bit more from you later, brother. Okay, right now we have a very special presentation to make, but before we get started, our chairman, Sam Saunders, will just say a few words.
Well, we've got 2 presentations here for life membership and 50 years. We have 2 of our members. 50 years is a long time to help in a thing like Golden Shears. They don't get paid, they do it for the love of it. And both these guys would have started in the yards tipping sheep and done numerous jobs throughout the shears over those 50 years. The last number of years, Bill's been doing points up in the office. You don't see him, don't see much of him, but he's always there doing it. And Bruce has been in the yards, he's run the bar out the back. He's done a lot of jobs around the place, and presently he's been doing the doors out the front, and it's a great pleasure to actually be able to award these these honours.
Okay, first up, can we please have Bruce Casserly? Okay, next up, can we please have Bill Hutchings?
Oh, I'd just like to say that it's been not actually a long 50 years. It sounds a long time, but it's been a thoroughly enjoyable 50 years, and this has been like Bruce. For 50 years we've taken annual leave from work to come here, and it's been a great thing to come to for such a length of time. Thank you.
Give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen. 50 years. So 50 years and life membership. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your service. We will let you leave after another 50. Very good. Can I please have Emma Mason join us on the stage? This here is a very special presentation, and it's on behalf of Share X and Wairarapa Moana. And it is dedicated to the Aboriginal team, the Indigenous team that come over from Australia and did some mahi around here. And this is their gift to you. So if we can please have to the stage Jolie. Dom, Tyrone, Mike, and Trevor. So in these bags, a special taonga that are for these guys to take back to Australia. They'll take back a bit of Aotearoa with them. And it's been a pleasure to have these guys here. They've been here for about 2 months, I think it is. For 2 months. Paddy Mason and his crew have looked after them. Joel Henare has been looking after the wool handlers, and what a privilege it's been to have you guys here. Now we're going to come over and win all your juniors next time. So give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. It's been wonderful having them here.